They absolutely cannot stand the illegal immigrants. I mean, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime and all sorts of heinous acts, and people are just sick of it. And they love people like Tom Homan because they're cleaning up the city. And let me just remind the people that Brandon Johnson has sworn an oath to the people of Chicago that he must protect us. J.B. Pritzker has sworn an oath to the people of Illinois that he will protect us, and they fail to do that because they're continuously telling us that they will protect the illegal immigrants here, knowing that they're bringing all of the drugs and crime here in our city.
Fed up Chicago residents say they've had enough of far-left leaders defying President Trump's border agenda by putting illegal immigrants before them.
It comes as new CBP data reveals the Trump-Homan approach is working. One memo describing how 23 migrants stopped their trek in Honduras after learning about the increased border security.
But as border czar Tom Homan joins us now with more. Great to see you, Czar Homan. So, one of my favorite things about this, obviously, your strategy is working. The president's strategy is working. But we're also getting reports that you all are not satisfied with the degree to which it's working. You want it to work better and more.
Well, absolutely. Look, we're in a good place, but I'm not going to be satisfied to increase the arrests in the interior. Look, just yesterday, Griff, we had under 300 encounters on the southern border. And that went from, Biden administration, 11,000, remember those days? Went from 11,000 to less than 300. Now, I've been doing this for 34 years. I haven't seen those numbers like forever. So, the securing the border, we get a great handle on that. Now, now we're concentrating on interior enforcement, and we're doing good on that. But I want more. I'm not satisfied yet. We got to have more criminal arrests, and the sanctuary cities are slowing us down. But we're going to keep coming. We're going to keep coming, and they're not going to stop us. But it's less efficient to arrest a bad guy in the public where he's hiding from us, and we're trying to arrest him on his turf, rather than arresting him in a county jail, which we should be arresting him there. It takes one agent to arrest a bad guy in a county jail. It takes a whole team to find somebody that doesn't want to be found in the neighborhoods. But we're going to keep doing this until TDAs are eradicated from this country. That's my number one goal. Every TDA member in this country is on notice. You either leave, or we're going to find you and put you at Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, or worse, in the jails in Central America, in El Salvador. I've seen pictures of that. That doesn't look like a fun place to go. So I hope a lot of them end up self-deporting, or you guys get them. But you're right, they shouldn't be in our country. You have talked so much with me, Tom, about finding, I should say, the 300,000 children that the Biden administration has lost. What kind of headway have you made on that? So I know that's personal to you.
It is personal, and I don't want to say an awful lot about what we're doing because, again, until we cover these leaks, we have several criminal investigations now going the leaks. Those people are going to find themselves in handcuffs in jail. So we're working it. We're confident that we're going to find many of these children. But as far as where we're at with that right now, I'd like to keep that close hold for now.
I understand.
Just because that is so important that we don't want to say too much on national media. But as we roll this out, as you see our progress, we'll certainly share it with you.
Okay, Tom. So I understand that, and it's really in the law enforcement folks from HSI to ICE to DEA. They're furious about these leaks. But I want to address one other thing with you, and that is this sensitive location information. There are some that are withstanding the nation's desire to try and get gang members and criminal migrants out by painting a picture that you guys are planning to kick in church doors and school doors. Can you address that head on?
You and I talked about this right after the election, Griff. I said we're going to go hardcore. We're going to go out. We want to secure that border. We're going to arrest those public safety threats. We're going to prioritize them. And I told you the left is going to try to steal the narrative on that. They want to send false information out to the American people to make us look like we're the villains, right? The one who enforced laws are bad guys, the one who broke the laws are the victims. But look, the sensitive location policy, we ended that for one reason. Because we were the only ICE, the only law enforcement agency in the country that has those types of requirements. FBI, DEA, they walk on colleges campus every day to arrest people. Local police departments, they walk on a high school campus to arrest a gang member or someone that had a violent criminal history. They do it every day. So what we're saying is sensitive location policy, there's no safe haven. There's no sanctuary for a significant public safety threat or a national security threat. So if we have information on an MS-13 gang member that's wanted for a brutal crime, and he's sitting in class at a high school, we will go in with local authorities, we'll arrest that gang member. We're not sweeping the school, we're not raiding the school, we're going to arrest one person. Every law enforcement agency has that ability. ICE should be no different. This is about protecting the communities. Again, a message that there is no sanctuary, there is no safe haven for violent criminal or national security threats, regardless of where they're at. We're going to find them, we're going to arrest them, take them off the streets.
Imagine having your high school as a sanctuary for a Tren de Aragua gang member, and that you would think parents wouldn't want that? I mean, want them to be arrested? I mean, it's just unbelievable, Tom.
You're exactly right, and that's why we're doing this. I think the American people understand it, but the left are saying that we're going to raid schools and families don't want to send their children to school. It's just unfortunate. We want people to go to school. We want people to go to the doctor. And parents are saying they're afraid of their kids to be arrested in school. Well, unless your kid is a violent gang member or a national security threat, you have no worries. But if they are in that category, then you should worry because we're looking for them.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you, Tom.
You're trying to protect the children in the school.
That's right.
Tom, keep up the great work. I talked to a source down in Honduras that tells me that people are indeed turning back in group after group. So you're having an impact. Keep going, my friend. Thank you.
Common sense. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for having me.